Bad news for those who want to see a decrease in the amount of people who are trying to cross the border illegally into the United States. Hey everybody, I'm Chad Hasty, host of the Chad Hasty Show, which airs weekday mornings 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 AM KFYO. The Washington Post reports border arrests exceeding 50,000 for the third month in a row. U.S. border agents made more than 50,000 arrests in May, the third month in a row now that has happened. The Department of Homeland Security said on Wednesday the indication that escalating enforcement tactics by the Trump administration has not had an immediate deterrent effect. DHS agents made about 51,912 arrests in May, more than 3 times the number who were taken into custody back in May of 2017, a period in which illegal immigration plunged following Trump's inauguration. Now, you look at this and, the Washington Post goes into, a big thing here of what might be going on, and Trump using this as a barometer in the past to tout that his administration is doing a good job. Let's see, I do want to get to where some of these folks are coming from here. The increase in border traffic this spring has been fueled by families and teenagers from Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador, many of whom say that they are fleeing gang violence, according to the Post, and wish to apply for asylum in the U.S. Homeland Security officials, though, say that transnational smuggling gangs are actually coaching migrants to game the system by exaggerating the threat to their lives. Okay, so what do we make of all of this? Is the Trump administration failing when it comes to border security? Listen, the Trump administration is doing what they can do, but until we get serious about actually securing the border, you're not going to see a sustained drop in the amount of people who are trying to cross the border illegally into the United States. Now, does that mean that we need a wall across the entire border? It's not going to happen, but we do need portions of the border to have a wall, in my opinion. We also need technology and boots on the ground in these places. And also, I want to go back to a part of the Washington Post article where they said that this was a huge increase over 2017, and the reaction that I guess those who were trying to cross illegally into the United States had after the Trump administration was sworn into office. You have to remember this. There was, a lot of, worry by those that, Trump was going to build a wall immediately and that Trump was going to deport everybody. And that simply hasn't happened. It has not been the case. And I think that there are those who are south of the border who know that that D.C. is not serious about actually controlling the border. Trump might be, the Trump administration might be, but we have not seen those in Washington, D.C. rally around this president and enhance border security. So if you're south of the border, you've looked around for, well over a year now and gone, okay, now wait a minute. There's not a wall yet. There's not really a huge influx of, technology and boots on the ground and everything else. Why not try to cross into the United States? It's kind of the same old, same old. Well, yeah, the Trump administration might be putting more pressure on border security. It's kind of the same old because Washington, D.C., Republicans and Democrats refuse to secure the border of the United States. It needs to happen, and it needs to happen now. The folks in D.C. need to get behind this. And listen, does that mean that we have a wall across the entire southwest border or the southern border of the United States? Probably not. You're probably not going to put one in large parts of Texas and other places where you have rivers and mountains and other so-called natural barriers. But in some other areas, yeah, you do need a wall. You need a double barrier wall, in my opinion. You need to mix in technology. You need to mix in boots on the ground. We need to secure the border in the United States. And this again, this 50,000 number tells exactly why. We need to know who's coming into the United States, who's trying to come into the United States. I'm sure that there are people who are trying to get to a better life and a better world here in the United States. Absolutely. And I'm sure if I was in some of these countries, I would do everything possible to get to the United States. But mixed in with the people who are just trying to better their lives are people who are coming to the U.S. to, carry out crimes and to be bad human beings and gang members and thugs and all kinds of stuff. So we need to know who's coming into the United States. It should be pretty simple. But of course, you have those on the left and even some on the right who don't want to play ball when it comes to border security, and that's pretty sad. Tune in to the Chad Hasty Show weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 AM KFYO. Have a great day.